this is interesting. We have just loaded up a map. Wow, that's loud. Let's see if we can find the right. Oh my gosh. Audio controls. There we go. Let's move that down just a little bit. Okay, field of view, view radius, shadow quality, blah blah blah. Jump a space, uses F. Menu is E, crafting is Q. All right. So, we're going to have some fun with Creativerse. I have been having non-stop problems with Ark Survival Evolved and all those fun little mod packs, which I absolutely love, except for the fact that they crash. The ones that I've been playing, they work just fine for a week or two, and then somebody makes a change and then it starts crashing. And then a week or two later, somebody gets it fixed, and then a week or two later, somebody makes some changes, and then it crashes again for 2 weeks, and I'm just done for a while. So we're going to try Creativerse. Now, if you look around, you might think this is some variant of Minecraft, and you wouldn't be completely off the mark. It's a lot like Minecraft in that it is a survival and crafting game based in a block-style world. That's pretty much the biggest part of the similarities. The rest of it is completely different. As you can tell, the graphics are a heck of a lot better to start out with. And we've got some much more interesting creatures, NPCs. And it's got an entirely different crafting structure and model and item pickup method. You can see here you use your hand. Just kind of hold and it picks stuff up. So this is pretty standard for an initial spawn area. So what we're going to do is we're going to find us a place. We're just going to start here, right here where we're at. And hit number 1. We're going to go ahead and put that down. Now the touchstone is teleportation pad. But I believe, if I recall correctly, it also is the marker of where you respawn. Yes, your touchstone also appears as a marker on your compass and is your respawn point should you meet an untimely demise. In other words, if you die, this is where you respawn. Cool thing about this is a specific device that you can use you can pick it up or you can put it back down. And yeah, it lets you reset your respawn point, and if you can craft some more later, it may also give you the option of teleporting from site to site, but we'll have to do some more exploring on that. So, trees, leaves, animals that can be killed. That is a leafy, whatever a leafy is. I know those are important. But let's get started out by harvesting up some trees and trying to get some supplies. We'll start out by just harvesting some trees and getting some of those, and maybe look for, let's see here, somewhere in these trees, if you look around, you see the little tree there with the leaf with a different mapping on it. I believe that's a fruit that you can eat as a resource. And those are beeswax that you can use as a crafting resource as well. So, last but not least, and also very important, are these mushrooms. You can use the mushrooms to, let's see here, it's a consumable. You can use it to make potions and grenades, and can be used instead of being placed back into the world. but we can also eat them, if I remember correctly. So whenever you see red mushrooms, until we get a better source of food, whenever we see red mushrooms, we're going to pick them suckers up. And I think there's a certain maximum size per stack that you can get on your little hand-operated thingy jobber there. But I do believe that there are things that you can craft to improve that and give yourself larger stack sizes and more storage space. So I'm going to get started trying to grab some supplies and some foodstuffs and some wood and such. Red flower discovered. Awesome. And we'll be back in a few minutes once I've got some sort of a little starter base built up, and we'll see what we can do. Okay, so we have cleared ourselves off a little bit of a space right here, and cleared us out of a little bit of an area for a base of operations. Now, one of the things that I have noticed about this game that I noticed back when it was still in pre-release that just kind of drove me nuts, and still seems to be the case, is that once you pull all the wood out of a tree, the leaves don't despawn. And this is something that annoyed the crap out of people with Minecraft. With Minecraft, it just took forever for it to despawn. And I have not noticed any of these leaves despawning at all. And I was really hoping that wouldn't be the case with Creativerse still. Because this was an issue back when it was in pre-release, but I don't know. Maybe it just hasn't been enough time for anything to work with for it to start despawning. And at this point, I think it's probably pretty safe for us to see here. How do we get into our settings? Yeah, there we go. I think it's probably pretty safe for us to. So audio control. Okay. I guess we just can't get rid of those little help tips yet. I think it's pretty safe for us to get started crafting a little base and doing a little bit of crafting. So at this point, so let's take a look at what we've got here in the crafting options. Really right now, about the only thing we can craft for ourselves, it looks like. If we click on each of these, it's going to give us some recipes over here, or the requirements for each of these things. But what we want to start off with is, well, I want to make some vines. No, not vines. We need to get some storage. We need to get some lighting. We need to get some weaponry and some armor. That's what we need to start off with. So, looks like for weaponry, we need to get some vines. How do we get vines? I know. Oh, yay, there's my inventory. Okay. Ooh, we have a map now. I'm guessing that's me there. Okay, this is how we move around. Can we recenter? Yes, good, good, good. Craft. Can we craft vines from the vine-covered wood that we've picked up? Can we search for vine? Premium. Oh God, am I gonna have to buy all these recipes? Well, let's not give up yet. Let's see what we're gonna have to do to get these coins. What do we have to do to get the coins? Okay, so I know that I have picked up some of these. I could have sworn moss could be used to create vines. But I'll tell you what, let's go ahead and use those cragwood logs to make some torches. Ah, yes, there we go. So let's get some light going on over here. Well, that's not too much light, but it's not too bad. Looks like control is sprint. Pretty much standard WASD controls. Give me that. That. I'll go ahead and stick one of these over here, and that looks to be about the middle. Same there. Same there. And same there. Alright, so we got some light over here. I don't know if dark causes things to spawn. But just in case, let's make sure that we don't have any up here. Or at least we have as little as possible. So let's see if we can find any more moss. Okay, so I feel like we're missing something here. Moss is more, if I remember the original version of this, vines could be crafted from moss. I thought, because vines are pretty dang important. Okay, so I'm not seeing an ability to craft vines from moss, but I see plenty of moss around. So let's grab some more stuff. Let's look around a little bit and see what else we can find. Okay, before we can get anything else done, we need to get some additional crafting done. We've got our walls. We want to be able to put up some floors. To get our walls, we just took our wood and we came down here into the crafting menu under decorative, and we crafted some of this ashen wood into wood walls to put up our walls, but we want to also be able to craft some floors. Now, to be able to craft floors, you also have to be able to process wood slabs. But to be able to process wood slabs, you have to have a machine built. The machine that you want, I believe, let's see here. We want a processor. Now, to be able to get the processor, we have to mine some stone. And we're also going to, at the same time we mine some stone, we're going to want to update our mining cell. And the mining cell is this little thing we've got on our hand here. This is what we're using to pick stuff up. So we want to upgrade that, and the further you get in the game, the cooler stuff you harvest, you can actually upgrade that thing to, and every time you upgrade it, it speeds up the rate at which you harvest stuff, and it also increases the quality of stuff that you can actually harvest. So for us to get everything done that we want to get done, we're going to want to upgrade this just by mining some stone. Once we get some stone mined, we'll be able to craft a processor. Once we get the processor crafted, then we'll be able to craft some wood floors and wood roofs. And we'll start continuing on in the little chain of crafting here. So we've got to get the next step made by harvesting some stone. Now I saw down here is a little cave. Whoa, yes. So if we come down in here far enough, we want to be careful because there's baddies down in here. If we come down in here far enough, we should be able to find, there we go. Plenty of stuff to harvest. Ooh, that looks like a bottomless pit, and luckily it's not. But we don't want to make this look too ugly, but at the same point we want to be able to harvest what we harvest. So, can we get that? Yeah, there we go. So let's get ourselves some stone here. Enough that we can work with if we need to. Okay, so we've got some stone we can work with now. So let's head back up here and see where we can move on the crafting ladder. As you can see, when we're using the run, it uses up our little yellow stamina bar. Okay, so let's see what we can do for some crafting. All right, so we've upgraded to the stone mining cell. Now, to be able to upgrade that again, well, it looks like all we've done is learn the recipe. We need to have a couple wood slabs. Now, in your recipes here, the cool thing about this game is that a lot of things have multiple recipes. Like for the stone mining cell here. You see how for the red mushrooms it has the blue triangles on either side? What that means is you can swap out the recipe ingredient that you use for this. And there are multiple different recipe ingredients that you can use. So you're not stuck with one static recipe. For a lot of this stuff, you can switch things up a little bit and make substitutions based on what you have available. So we've learned that recipe. And now we've learned this recipe. We need to find a couple more vines for that. And then once we get that built and process some wood planks, then we can get started with our wood floor over here. So, first things first, let's see if we can find some more vines. So I just learned my first lesson. I just got killed for the first time by a Miru. And a couple of things that I learned. Number one, when you die, you lose everything that's in your bag. Really, dude? Number two thing that I learned, I needed to craft a sword. Ah, there we go. And we found some sinew and a leafy leaf. Okay. So anyhow, I lost everything that was in my bag. So I learned that even though you learn the recipe, unless you come in here and craft one, you don't actually have one. So I crafted one. And then I tried to take it and stick it down on my hotbar down here. And you can't use it in your hotbar. You have to take your sword and move it over here to your tools slot. Now once it's in your tool slot, you're still going to have your hand out like so. But once you hit that tab button, it's going to bring out the sword for you to be able to use it. So even though you have it, until you hit that tab button, it's not going to work. So as soon as you get an opportunity to create yourself a sword, create yourself a sword because you're going to need it. So right now what I'm looking for is... yeah, I need to go back down in there and get all my stuff out of that bag, hopefully before it despawns. Awesome. What is this? Death statue. Oh. Well, all right. So where we're at is we want to be able to create, let's see here, we want to be able to create this stone mining cell. You know what? Let's hold off on the stone mining cell. Let's go ahead and create this crafting tool. And I think we're going to actually need at least a couple of them. But for us to be able to upgrade the stone mining cell, we're going to have to find ourselves some coal. And that's what I was down here looking for when I was killed by a Miru. So yeah, these wooden swords don't do a whole lot of damage. But they do some. Oh look, another vine. I'll take it. So let's get up here to our base. And let's see here. We'll go into our bag. That can go in the bag. That can go in the bag. Let's take these out and try and set these down. We'll just put them over here. Put the sword away. There we go. Put it down there. Put another one down there. So what we're going to do here is we press F to interact with the processor. We're going to take some of this wood here. And let's make some wood slabs. It's going to take us about 10 seconds to make 2 wood slabs. Okay. Now that we've made some wood slabs, that should open up some additional stuff here in our crafting inventory. Yes, we can make wood floors now. We need to be able to make wood floors. We need wood slabs, wood rods, and melted wax. So that's all actually pretty simple to get. So what we're going to do here is we're going to make some wood slabs. And then over here on this other one, we'll make us some wood rods. And the next thing we want to do is we want to come over here and find one of these trees that's got beeswax up in the, yeah, like right over there. We're going to climb up there. Ooh, that one's even closer. And we are going to steal the beeswax. So we'll use standard climbing method. Whoa. That was a little bit faster than expected. All right, so we've got some wax. Tell you what, let's see what happens if we open that up. And we come into our bag here. Yeah, we found a queen bee. Now, can we take that queen bee and just kind of plant her in there? Nope, because that's wood. There. Now, the question becomes, if we leave her there, is she just too close to another queen bee? Let's try over here. Is that still too close? I wonder why not. I wonder why it won't let me place this queen bee. have to be surrounded? Ah, it's got to be surrounded. Okay, with only one side visible. All right, so let's see if she makes some more wax. Nice. We've got some wood slabs there. We've got some wood rods there. We need to get some storage going as well. There we go. Let's craft a couple of those. There we go. Okay, what all will this hold? Alright, we don't need the grass, or that, or that, or that. Don't need to be carrying that around or that. Wonder, can I press T to... Nope. T does not transfer. Okay, that's alright. Don't need the dirt, don't need the flowers. Not worried about the sapling. She said I shouldn't just leave you like this. Fine. Build a shelter before nightfall and light it up with something. Do that and you might have a chance. Well, okay. So, how do we make wax? I'm not sure, but let's see here. Well, okay, I didn't realize we had that recipe. Stone slabs, wood slabs. I'll bet. Let's take some of... Let's see here, I've got some stone down in my hotbar. Let's make, yes, some stone slabs. Over here, we'll make some stone rods. Okay, that's going to be it for today, but we'll give this a try again some other time, and we'll see where we can go with this, and we'll see what happens. It's going to be an interesting experience, and hope to see you next time. Coming soon to a Creativerse episode near you, full screen video. What do you